Okay, I think we're good. Let's go to the main menu here. Alrighty, we're live. I gotta switch the sound. I got a little... There we go. Now you guys can probably hear what's going on in game better. Well, welcome everyone. We are Friday Night Frontline for June 20th. Yes. Nice warm summer day where I'm at. Hopefully, same for you guys. Hopefully not too warm. This weekend it's going to be brutal by me. I hope all y'all keep chilling. But in GFL news for this week, to no surprise to anyone who's been paying attention, Springfield was like heavily teased/announced, right? Like they gave like the preview video. They essentially said Springfield's next without actually having the official like stream preview. Welcome guys, welcome. Glad y'all could show up. What do you guys want to watch today? I'm gonna talk here for a minute, but if you guys have any preferences on what you want me to do, we got a couple different things that we can do content wise, but I'm kind of indifferent to all of them. But yeah, so Springfield is teased next. I am going to probably grab... I need to see how many tickets we're at. We've been doing pretty good on the... What am I looking for? Looking for this one, and we're looking for growth stack? No, just normal exchange. Yeah, we've been doing pretty good on the gambling, so we got 340. Yeah, I think I can pretty confidently guarantee a segment 1. I don't think I'm going to get the weapon because I don't remember exactly what the weapon does, but I want to say it increases healing and like buffs the team's damage a little bit, but it's not super necessary. So we're going to get probably her segment 1 as well, and then we need, and that will still give us a little bit of wiggle room for the future in case they try and do a surprise. Lena's the other character I'm really looking forward to for segment 1. Everybody else is like can stay segment 0. I actually don't know what Florence's segments do, but that's the thing. Springfield's coming next, so we're like clearly going all in on water units for the next month, probably maybe 2 months. But the question is like, do they do Florence after this, or is it Nikita? Right? There's a couple, or are they going to switch back to some of the fire units that they skipped over because of story reasons? Who knows? We got to vote for hard mode levels with preset dolls and the expansion drill. So I could do the expansion drill, Radical Link. There's only one not small problem, but it is a repeat boss. It is the Bellator twins, which is why I didn't like put a video up on the channel. The only thing that's different is the arena. Like if we hop in it here, and I didn't do the normal mode, so I can't show you the frenzy. The only thing that's different is the arena here. It's not the one with like the big gap in it over here and like the switch. So this is kind of an easy arena, unless there's something I don't understand about it. Yeah, so maybe we'll do that after we do, because the other vote is for hard mode levels with presets, which we can do some of. I don't think they're all open. Are you talking about the simulation exercise, Wooly, or are you talking about the challenge stages from the limited event here? These ones, because I think only the first couple are open, which we'll do. We'll do those in a second. Because I did this last time for the last event, and it actually worked out pretty well, because they give you like really under-geared and under-tuned dolls, and it actually made it kind of a challenge. You had to like actually use cover and strategy, which is... You'd think you'd have to do that all the time, but you know, once you get strong enough units, you get to ignore the game. But yeah, so the only 2 characters I'm really looking forward to segment 1 are Springfield and Lena, which if they did those back-to-back, I'd still have enough tickets. And if nothing else, the power of money can solve it. Although I try to be conservative with my spending. I still haven't bought any of the whatever these are called, like the purchase boxes. So this is a relatable account, although I do really question saying that because my luck has been way higher than average. So, but yeah, the other big announcement which was, it was funny because we were talking about this the other day on the stream, or at least I was complaining about it in a passive aggressive way. The next unit on the CN servers that got announced was AA12 or Lind, which is cool because not only is Lind one of my favorite characters from GFL1, she is a Sentinel corrosion based AoE damage dealer. So essentially she's the same like grouping as Klukai, but I'm gonna guess they don't replace each other. I'm pretty sure they work together in with Michti. Don't quote me on this. Michi's also getting a Neuro Upgrade Helix key, the one that slots in the middle here, similar to, where is it, Macchiato? Getting an upgrade key, which changes how she works a little bit, which I won't go into now because I don't actually know the specific details. But anyway, so AA12 is coming out. We finally have another unit to pair in the Corrosion team. Still, there isn't like a healer for the team, which isn't the end of the world because you can kind of slide in any healer, which is fine. But anyway, it's just nice to see Corrosion get another unit. So AA12 is coming out eventually. Yeah, we're gonna have to see what they decide to do for our servers. Does Springfield work well with Samosek or Arcana? Yes. Samosek is, for all intents and purposes, an upgrade to Arcana. Stats-wise, let me see the best way I can show this. It would be the weapon gallery, I think, is the easiest way to show this. I can't filter. So Arcana is max level 327 with 15% attack, so it's just a big attack stick. This doesn't really matter. So Springfield doesn't, she's a support unit, obviously. She doesn't do a crazy amount of damage without some of her high segments. She's similar kind of to like Vector in that she's more of an enabler, unless you get like unless you buy a bunch of segments for the character. So it's not a huge priority to have a good damaging rifle on Springfield, and this ability here is obviously meant for damaging. So you don't really care about the ability too much. You really care about the stats, because all her healing, I think, is based off either HP or attack. I have to double check that because she's got some weird scalings going on with how she works. But yeah, so it's like 327 and 15% attack. Now the Samosek has 360, 390, something a lot. Yeah, 383. So this kind of already has that 15% built in, but it's just got another 25% crit damage on top of that. In addition to that, she doesn't obviously use the electric effect, but she does use the first part because she does water damage. So the Samosek will probably be overall a better pick. Once again, she's not a primary like damage dealer. She's not the core damage dealer in the team. So if it was like, let's say you only had one sniper rifle, and it was like, do you give it to Springfield or do you give it to Nikita? It's like, well, you probably give it to Nikita. So I guess what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is if you're limited on which, because this one's used, you get that through the Doritos. I can back a million times. Which one is it? They move the shop around on me and I'm all confused here. If the question really is, I have 900 Doritos and who should I get a weapon for? Springfield, Samosek, or Planeta for either another primary damage dealer for another team or for Tololo, because Springfield pairs with Tololo. You want to get Planeta. That's my opinion. That's my pro advice. Always prioritize damage dealers, primary damage dealers for the team. Get them as statted out as possible, and then worry about your supports, because Springfield's most important job, she does two things on the team. The two most important things she does is heal the team, obviously. So as long as nobody's dying, you're golden. And if people are dying, you're probably not using cover correctly. And the other thing she's meant to do is enable like buffs through things like for example, she specifically gives Toll Confectants, which allows her to get lots of bonus turns. So as long as she's doing those two things, everything else, in my opinion, is a lower priority. So her personal damage output and stuff like that is not nearly as important. Yeah, same thing. Well, you saw how many Doritos I had there. I added 2,000. When I first started playing the game, I'm like, oh man, these things, you're never going to have enough of these. You're never going to have enough weapons. And now I'm finally getting to the point where it's like, okay, actually, I do have enough weapons. I know some people are waiting for them to add the ability to buy more tickets by trading in the Doritos. I still don't think that's a good... I've heard arguments for it both ways, but I don't think that's a very good use of tickets unless obviously you're just swimming in weapons. Like, for example, once again, I've had some good luck. So I have so many ARs right now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought I had a 5th one in here. Who am I forgetting? 5. I've got 4 Planetos, 1 Golden Melody. It's like, I'm solid on assault rifles. For snipers, I only have 1 Samosec, but I also have technically a 2nd one through Macchiatos. So I'm swimming in all the important weapons that I need. So I have just like tons of extra Doritos I don't actually need to use. And some of the other weapons you get, they really do need a submachine gun. That's what they're missing here, aren't they? Now I'm second guessing myself. They don't have a submachine gun, do they? Yeah, there really needs to be a submachine gun in this pool. Because there's a lot of submachine gun characters, and I mean, I know they get View Savarog for free for doing Gunsmoke Frontline, but yeah, there really should be a decent submachine gun in this. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's start playing the game. Let's check for gambling. We have a... Oh, this might be the Tololo. Here we go, guys. Is this the Tololo? Ooh. Now, I said that, but I don't remember if we're on a 50-50 or if we're guaranteed. So we're going to find out together. It's really waiting towards the end. Okay, so now I gotta check. Yay, we got it. So I think that is actually Tolol segment 2, which is perfect. That's just in time for Springfield. Let me check. Now I'm crazy. Or I think I'm going crazy. Was that guaranteed? It was not. That was actually a win. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I had it set to Chongju before. Hooray! See, that's what I mean. I got way better luck in this game than the average player. So don't take anytime I show like what an average account should look like, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't whale on anything. It's like, yeah, but I just also have insane luck. So Tololol, is this segment 2 for you? Yes, it is. Perfect. This is important because of this second part here, the additional 1 point of confectance. This will allow this ability to generate 3 confectants, which, when combined with Springfield will give another point of confectance, so it'll start evening out into lots of extra bonus turns. Cool. That's awesome. Oh, and it does hydro damage, which is really all that matters. Is, well, it matters for weapon attachments if you're going to run like the all hydro damage weapon attachment set. Or if you want to get light spike stacks, which is less important. Alrighty, so we're gonna do hard modes with the presets, and then I'll try and do some of the expansion drill as well. Yeah, we'll see if we can do both. So let's yeah, because I don't know if this is open all the way either. I think this is only open like to phase 3 right now. So we'll save that for next week. We'll do endless projection next week. Let's do some challenge modes today. Yeah, so Wooly says the manuscript and the Svarog are pretty good for submachine guns, and I agree with you. It's just that manuscript is the paid battle pass, so not everyone is going to have it, right? It really is. Obviously, it's if you're free to play, you're not going to have it. Like that's just all there is to say about it. Svarog is decent because it's got pretty good stats. It's got a useless ability for most people, but it is really big stat stick. How do we want to approach this? Now, the question is, are they going to prank me like last time and give characters? Yeah, they are. See? Some of these characters have segments. I really wish there was an easy way to tell what segments these characters had without just, like, clicking and looking at the levels of the abilities. Like, this is, I think, segment 1, right? Because she's going to heal for 30%. Okay, never mind. Are you sure, Wooly, that this is going to be... I mean, we got a segment 1... Xiaomi, like, can you even... Are we ever even gonna die? I say that, but we could very easily die. So... Because I'm aware of the fact that we are not using, like, cracked characters, gotta be a little careful with this. We don't want to aggro these guys in the back that are on monitor mode. So let's focus on these 4 here. I guess we just start chunking these guys. Yeah, I know, Wooly. You gotta eliminate this guy in the back, but gotta get to him first. Although, I see what they're trying to do here, right? Like, they want you... I'm gonna assume they want you to put her imperturbable arrow down and, like, jump to this guy and kill him. Which we could try to do, actually. Can't hit him with it, though. That's the part. I'm also not a pro when it comes to using her. Although I could just move here, right? And then I could hit him. Is this a good... Well, we'll just do it. Let's just do it and find out. You guys can watch me make mistakes. I don't know if being locked in here with him is a good idea. We're going to find out how hard he hits. We'll have Macchiato start coming this way. Once again, we gotta check. Man, they give us cracked units. With her weapon too? Really? Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. This is actually gonna be pretty easy. Oh, she doesn't have the key, though. She doesn't have her mod key. Let's do... How do we want to do this? How does she get a bonus turn? I forgot. One of these lets her neural adjustment and then immediately... Well, she's got full convectance. We don't need that. Let's just do this. And then we do this after... It's been a while since I've used Lotta as well. Another character that I severely have neglected. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Damn, Macchiato, you must be segment 2. How many segments has Macchiato got? Yeah, segment 2. She did 3 counterattacks there. Can she just... she doesn't do a lot of damage to this thing, that's the only problem. Does this guy have stun immune? Yeah, they will be immune for 3 turns, although I could do it 1 time to him. See, this is kind of my problem with this character. It's like, she's not bad. She's just... It's like, cool, you get to these positions, and it's like, I don't know, what do you do? Right, like, I don't know, I guess I stand here. Am I misusing this ability? Let's see. Does 160... Yeah. She just doesn't do very much damage, that's the problem. So she's gonna slowly kill this guy. I have to, like... Can I get... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... next turn. Although, will this make them all angry? Yeah, it will. Whatever. We have lots of segments. Kinda don't care. Just bum rush this guy in the back here. So yeah, Radical Ink, back to your question. Segment 3, Yuhi, what kind of general buffs does she give for non-physical team at V3 or Segment 3 compared to Ksenia? Off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly what the buffs are. I want to say it's damage 2 and stability 2, which means every hit does extra 2 stability. Although one of those might be tied to her. Yeah, see, I gotta double check. We'll look after this game. Ksenia is really only supplying... Trying to see what this guy's doing. Yeah, what is this guy doing? Well, we'll just kill it real quick. Okay, that was a cool mission. I mean, it would have been a lot cooler if the free-to-play team or like the team they supplied you had more segments than my entire account did. Oh, you know what? Here, super quick. I know you guys love gambling. No, not Dorm. I think I got some of these we can gamble. How do we do it? Watch me get a Pretia. Let's go! Let's go! Nope, nope, these are not the machine gun cat. Nope, sorry guys. I tried. Okay, so let's take a look for... You were asking about what buffs specifically. So, segment 1 upgrades the stability from 1 to 2. And this goes on everyone, because this is blah, blah, blah. I'm just checking. So the only thing that she's going to not do for non-physical teams, right, is it's going to remove the buff from... Is the name of it. I want to get these names right. Never Give Up, is that it? Yes, so Never Give Up is the buff that's tied to making sure you only do physical damage. So this is the only buff you're going to lose out on if you use her in a non-physical team. This is important for physical teams because it's kind of like the way they're going to scale damage. Since the way they decided to do it is that physical teams are going to be defense shredders, and then the more defense shredding you get, obviously you get the you get the exponential damage increase from... Where is defense shredding? Where is it? There it is. Defense shredding? I guess it's not technically exponential, it's linear, but the point is, as you stack more and more defense shredding, it's kind of like this team's way of like stacking bonus damage. So it's important for that, but outside of the defense or outside of the physical team, it doesn't really matter. So you're gonna miss out on this, which is not great, because that's like a lot of her power budget. But you will still get the stability offense too, so you're gonna be like ripping through stability, which actually is not bad for like electric type teams, because electric type teams want them to be at 0 stability so that you can like do extra bonus damage, because they do bonus damage based on how much stability would be missing or how much stability you do like overkill. You still get attack up 2, which is just universally useful. I don't think anybody except... Does Ksenia even give that? Because hers is Burning Assault, right? Which I think these stack, right? These are 2 separate buffs. Blazing Assault should stack with attack up 2, but essentially that's going to be a wash between the two characters because they're both going to give that. Do remember, though, these are only for 2 turns, and this is a 4-turn cooldown, so it's only up half the time. After that, at segment 2, we get... This is just healing and more... This is... The defense down is decent, but once again, you can get this through a lot of other ways. So I wouldn't say this is specific to Yuhi or Ksenia, so this is kind of a wash. Like, for example, the obvious one is Chongju applies this. This is good. Never give up, giving you 30% damage. Although, once again, the problem is this gets negated. So this actually doesn't work on a non-physical team, or at least it shouldn't without testing. So we're finally up to segment 3 now. And this doesn't give any new buffs, right? Yeah, this is just essentially lets you do more dance moves, like a lot more. So the answer to your question, Radical Ink, is not really any good buffs. Right? She's going to give essentially just the attack up and the stability up, or the stability offense up. And like I said, the attack is kind of a wash because Ksenia does that through Blazing Assault. So not great. Yeah, this is not great. They really did make this character like so single-mindedly, like, you will put Yuhi on a physical team and you will like it. Like, do not put her on another team. Because like you can do it in an emergency, right? Because like her healing still works and the cleansing and stuff still works from her Procat and Resonance, but although I wonder if Best Dancer ever got fixed. I was complaining about that a couple weeks ago on stream about how it was bugged, and I wonder if it ever got fixed. I don't think it did. It does not stack with Kukai's defense down, Radical Ink. Anytime you have a buff that says defense down, like has the same title, it should never stack with a similar one. And I believe Kukai's also is literally just called defense down too. There's a couple weird exceptions to that rule. Yeah, it's literally called defense down too, so you can't stack it with her, which is unfortunate. Why so many segment 3 Yuhis on your friend list? Now that is kind of a good question, because that's kind of a weird stopping point in my opinion. It's segment 1 is good. It just gives 2 extra like powerful buffs to the whole team, right? And it makes her really comfortable to use because is this the one that makes them global? Yeah. This works to everyone. The buffs apply to everyone, which is cool. And then I think this is one makes it unlimited range as well. Yeah, extends the entire battlefield. So segment 1 and 2 just make her like, they're just kind of like quality of life increases to like how she plays. Like, you don't have to worry about her positioning too much. She can kind of be off in the corner giving buffs out to whoever needs them or wants them. And she's not bad for a physical team. Segment 3. This is strong, right? Attacking ignores 50% of the target's defense. I think I overlooked this when I was explaining it. Because this Troops Core is separate from Never Give Up. I mean, they are applied at the same time, but this is a separate buff, so this one should actually work on everybody. Let me read it very carefully, make sure I'm not misinterpreting this. Yeah. So there's 2 reasons. This is also the segment that gives you a free attack from her improv skill. So when she uses her ult, which I think it happened last time in the stream, which is why I was so shocked because it was going off during the stream when we like used this borrowed unit. But when you ult, you get a free attack. It does 1 improv attack on the closest or the highest enemy target, whatever it said there in the segment. So it's a decent damage spike for her, and the Troops Core 50% ignoring defense for the team, that actually is a pretty significant buff. I don't have the chart in front of me, like the scaling damage chart, but let's just take a quick guess here. I would say this equates to about a 20 to 25% damage amp on the target from everybody. And that's going to vary depending on how much defense the target has. But I want to say if you're in most situations, you're usually you're equal. Like usually, let's say you have 3,000 attack on a boss enemy would usually have like 3,000 defense normally. And if you cut that in half to 1,500, I think that ends up being around a 20-ish to 25% damage buff. So this is strong, and then like I said, it also triggers an extra attack, which is extra damage. It triggers Best Dancer a ton extra as well, but this is less important because you're kind of... She's going to be doing Best Dancer like all the freaking time because of this. I'm going to guess the people that got this segment are really just looking forward to using her with UMP 40, right? Like they're like kind of like, quote, future-proofing. I don't know if that's a great idea. I wouldn't suggest that to anybody because I have to look into it a little further. But I don't think UMP 40 is like, she's not Klukai, let's put it that way. She's not gonna like redefine how the game essentially has to be played because of how much damage she does. But it is a little weird that people, I mean, she's just popular too, right? Like I said, she's like the mascot for the Korean and somewhat JP servers. I know JP has their own technically their own server specific TDAL. Hopefully I answered your question in a not so stupid way. Let's get back to, oops, not campaign. Let's do a couple more challenge modes here. I spent a bunch of time talking, not doing. Although, to be honest, these will be a little less entertaining if they give us as many segments as they did in that first one. Diane, you got segments? You do? Nothing too crazy. Ololol's got a couple segments as well. Is Xiaomi segmented? She's got one, right? Yeah. I think we're back to the we're never gonna die problem. What do we got to do? Evacuate everyone? So we got to get to this back left corner. The only way to do that is by running... I think the team has to come up here while Diane does backflips and gets to over here. Although, how does she get across these terrain pieces? See, in a perfect world, I would just swap Klukai in and I would just motorcycle over here and press the button, but... Diane's... Does she literally have to take the long way around? Because none of... Oh, I'm so stupid, dude. I'm so stupid. They literally give you the solution to the problem. Okay. Look, guys, I figured out how to play the game. This is how you get to the switch. The downside is I've made them angry. Oh, I didn't press the button. Probably should have positioned behind this piece of cover. But none of these guys back here are upset, so we could just... These guys don't hit very hard, so we'll probably be just fine. Sharkery with no one to pair with her. I'm going to use Tolol first to slingshot myself forward. Because if Tolol doesn't have a target to attack, she can't actually get the bonus turn. Let's do... Actually, let's come to right here and save your best friend. This is not exploiting a phase weakness, though, so we got to do that one. Yeah, there's nobody else for Sharkry to attack. Yeah, dude, these units hitting really hard. Like these rental units. No, I thought Diane could reach from there. Big sad. One, I guess technically two squares. And I did see what you said earlier, Wooly, about stability choking Jawe and hitting two enemies for the extra command. I just need to double check if that is the alt specifically, right? Was it the key? I forgot what is giving that. Let's see here. I know, guys. I apologize. I didn't do my homework on this character because, as I explained in the last stream, I haven't been super excited about her. And we talked about it in the last stream, but I have a brain made of Swiss cheese, and I've forgotten a lot of it. It's always the fixed keys that are always the one I never remember to do. Or I never remember what they do, I should say. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're referring to, where if you get two enemies hit... Is it presence of mind? Is this the buff? No, that's the self-healing one. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Maybe you can clue me in. Let's hit that switch, and let's start working on this switch. Do we want to make them angry? Yeah, we can. Let's actually put this arrow in a not stupid location. Ooh, what if I put the arrow up here? Oh, now we're thinking with the portals. Then I come around, press the button, and jump up to it next turn. Do I have enough movement for that next turn, though? I mean, it says we have 11, which seems really high to me, but I believe you. I know she's got mobility up 1, or mobility 2, but that's only for 1 turn. Ah, let's try it. Let's see this, because then this won't make them upset either. Because we're gonna go to here, right? No, we want to do that next. I mean, we could also just hop down to it. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. We'll just get comfy up here, and then we can hop down, press the button, and hop back up next turn. And everybody else can start getting in position. I don't know if she's got her key on, and I don't feel like checking. Bring her over to this one, actually. I'm just trying to stay out of these alert tiles to not make anyone over here angry. You can just come to here and do this. I think we're still a turn away from a bonus turn. I did that in the wrong order, but it's okay. I should have used Xiaomi to reduce the stability before Sharkery went, but it's okay. See, it worked out. I had it planned. Oh, you're talking about Lotta. I'm sorry. I totally misunderstood what you were talking about. Yeah. I know that you had to hit many people with Lotta to get the her extra. Can we just... We don't need to go. We don't need a slingshot that far ahead from the team. So let's just come to here, and we'll stand right next to this guy. Oh, that made them angry. And then you come to... You only got 2 stability left. We'll just... generate ourselves a whole bunch of stacks here. And we'll actually get... Oh, these two units have so much mobility, they're not going to be the limiting factor here. Poor Sharkery, she's going to be the slow one. We still got one more turn on the shield. We'll be fine. I can shoot down on this guy, get my bonus turn. I lied. Next turn is the bonus turn. This is the part where if you had Springfield would have given her the extra confectants. Because see how you're one short? This is a segment 2 total, just like I got earlier. You're one confectant short, which Springfield can give through... don't quote me on which one of her abilities does it. I want to say... Oh, yeah, whatever. I don't remember off the top of my head, but one of the abilities will allow you to give her an extra confectants point. And that would have given her a bonus turn there, which is kind of the, quote, awkward turn for her because both of her skills were on cooldown. Her confectants generating skills were on cooldown, but her ult was up. Anyway, that is his turn, and Sharkery, you just keep living your best life. Yeah, it's funny you say that, Wooly. None of the idle characters have like, well, I guess Vepli has like better than average stability. Yeah, we'll just kill this guy. Vepli's a vanguard, so she's got like what, 7 or 8 tiles of mobility. But Yuhi doesn't have any crazy mobility. I will admit though, I was a little offended in the story when Yuhi was like, oh, Sharkery's my senpai. It's like, bro, really? Like, that's who you look up to? Are you sure about that? Like really? It's weird, right? Like, Sharkery looks up to Vepli, and Yuhi looks up to Sharkery. Where can I... Oh, dude, look at this. Is the big brain play. So we can only get to here, but if I stand here, which is 1 square out of the way, I can get the bonus turn, which will allow me to get a little further. Ho ho ho, the min-max. I don't know, man. Jiawei, you did great. Have a lunch break. Well, I should probably check to make sure there's not any special objectives. Yeah, we're good. Just get out. I wasn't sure if it was one of those like, oh, make sure you kill 2 enemies at the same time. Yep. Poor Sharkery. Poor Sharkery getting left behind. It's hard to respect Vepli. Her empty head makes coconut noises. I do not disagree with you. I think that's the part that's endearing, though, right? Like, Vepli to me really does like capture the essence of an idol to me. Like, just like this air-brained, like 80 IQ. I just want to dance and make everyone happy. Like, that's my whole personality. And then Sharkery is like Sharkery's actually more like an idol, right? Because she's kind of like jealous, and yeah, sure enough, the man who was cucked to death. 5 hours. Sorry, boys. That's all we got. Let's do. You know what? I will do this for you, Radic Link. I apologize because it's not Frenzy. I didn't do Frenzy yet. I mean, I haven't done the normal mode, so I can't do Frenzy. I'll do the normal mode here just for fun and kind of talk through it. And then next week, I'll try and we'll do it on stream next week with the Frenzy mode, and we'll try and go over it real quick. This fight is like, it's not hard. It's just a lot of thinking because, well, you have to keep track. If you're doing it correctly, right? If you're doing it the way the game's devs intended, like you're keeping track of which one is doing what ability. So it's like near far nonsense you have to keep track of. And then you got to keep their health bars a little close to each other. We might be able to brute force this because this is just normal mode. And they don't have a ton of HP, 57,000. I mean, when the game came out and these bosses were brand new, that was a lot. But I think this is like 3 attacks from Macchiato. So we might just be able to brute force our way through this fight, no problem. In fact, we're going to try that. That'll make it interesting. We're going to just kill Bellator 212 here. And then we're just going to see how fast we can kill 137. That's the plan. So let's do maybe a team that makes sense for once. We did this before with... Let's try the fire team. I prefer Xiaomi for this fight because of, like, they do... One of them throws damp, so you can't heal as well, but we'll try it with Centurici. Where else we got? We got... Who am I missing? We're missing you. We're missing you. And then I am missing... I could take Klukai just because she's really good. Or I could take Macchiato just because she does big damage. Or I could take Diane because she's just... I just like her. Or I could take Nemesis. Yeah! Dude, sandbag with Nemesis. Let's go! Kurochi, I agree 100% with you that Lena and Leva are both... They're amazing and they should be protected. How do I play this game? I think I throw this and hit everybody. We're gonna go with the no thinking strategy, which I should think a little bit because he does have mobility and I'm not running anybody that slows him. So he can come to here. So 1, 2, 3. So we can stand to here. I cannot stress enough how patient I am being for Lena. She will be here eventually. We don't. Let's do that. I won't get full use out of it. Oh, and I have the wrong key on her. Whoops, whatever. I'm not gonna get full use out of that. But it's okay, we'll get a decent amount. Centurici can cleanse damp. You are correct. She can cleanse with both her alt and I believe this one cleanses from enemies or teammates. One of her fixed keys allow you to easily cleanse. I don't remember which one it is. Healing, heat recovery. Here we go. It's this one. When healing an ally with an active skill, cleanse 1 debuff. So yes, you're right. You can cleanse it, but it can be a little awkward if those skills are on cooldown because both those are tied to, well, not really, right? Like this one, thorough preparation, you can still cleanse it with careful hospitality. And there's the fixed key that I think it's mistranslated, but it says when. It's the one where heat recovery will also cleanse the debuff. You're right. So there's lots of ways to cleanse it off, but it does make things a little awkward sometimes. We're going to ignore the little guys because... Well, I don't have a good reason why I'm ignoring the little guys. I mean, I really... Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Now, he's going to heal a bunch because... Okay, maybe not. Okay. That escalated. Alright, yeah, that escalated a lot. Yeah, let's go, Nemesis! Get that objective. I didn't even realize that was one of the objectives. News. Oh, I can even lose a unit. Which might happen because he's enraged. You know, if it had to happen to somebody, I'm glad it happened to Sharkery. I know that's super toxic. Let's heal off of Sharkery. It should hit him? Yeah. Wow, dude, this guy's getting chunked. Because somebody... No, we have to move Chongju first. Because I want Chongju in range. Because what's going to happen is... This will apply Overburn to the target because Centurici has heat recovery, and that will proc attacks from like lots of people. That's why I wanted Chongju up there to continue the attack train. But she didn't for some reason. It's not important though. Wow, great game. There you go. There you go, Radic Link. I hope I made that clear. You just get a totally stacked account with all the powerful characters, and that's how you do the fight. Was that literally one turn? It was 1.5 turns. Jesus Christ. How much damage did Nemesis do? That's the important question. Yeah, she beat Centaurisi. Let's go, dude. War crimes with Vivi and her friends. Hirochi, what are your thoughts on Michiti and Klukai without the cat lady? They're fine. So the cat lady is specifically for Fun Smoke Frontline because it's specifically for Gunsmoke Frontline because you are usually going to borrow a segment 6 Klukai, and that's the way you can proc all 6 of Paritia's follow-up attacks, right? From chain reaction here, it caps at 6. You can trigger it 6 times per turn, or it can go to 10 if you are blessed. I think Wooly has segment 6. But if you're blessed and you have segment 6, you can get to 10 supports a turn with her. But that's the only way you're ever going to do that is with a segment 6 Klukai, because she causes her motorcycle ult to like instantly proc the dot. So putting that all aside, that's the only reason you need Pritia as part of the combo. Michiti and Klukai are just fine by themselves because, to be honest, Klukai will kind of wipe everything else that's not a boss in AoE, right? Like if worst case scenario, she has to do 2 AoEs to wipe the field. If you look at my channel last week, we did the tower defense mode, which was the frenzy thing. It wasn't like a boss fight. It was like where you're trying to protect the boss. In that video, I used Klukai, which is my Klukai is segment 0. Where is she? Looking right at her. She's segment 0. She doesn't have any segments or anything crazy. She does have her signature weapon, and I have been putting some fancy attachments on it. But she's kind of bare bones, and I didn't even use her with Michiti in that video, and she just was like taking out a whole group of enemies at a time. Like she'd throw the overpowering corrosion, and it would just cause like a chain reaction of like 3 enemies killed. And like I said, worst case scenario, she had to throw it twice, and she would wipe a whole corner. So you don't need Pritia with Michiti and Klukai, because Michi is essentially just going to buff Klukai's damage by another like 30 or 40%. So just Michiti and Klukai alone will probably cover every AoE situation you could possibly want. And to add on to that, which if you missed the beginning of the stream, I talked about in the CN servers, they just released the preview for the next character, which is AA12 or Lind. And she is a damage dealer, like a sentinel double shotgun, obviously, for the AA12 is a shotgun. She's a sentinel, so damage dealing corrosion based unit, and she does AoE damage in her attack. So she also will benefit from Michiti. So it seems like the theme they're doing for corrosion units, with the exception of poor Nemesis here, everybody in corrosion element is going to probably do AoE attacks in some way, shape, or form to take advantage of Michiti and other synergies between AoE damage. So my answer to you is, I think they're great. I think Michiti and Klukai are awesome together. I think they're both... Michiti is kind of not so great without Klukai. Michiti and like Paritia, for example, they pair well, but like you do really want Klukai in that combo. Klukai is the most important. Michiti is the second most important, and then Paritia is there if you want to rank high in Gunsmoke Frontline. Yeah, and then we don't really know how Lind is going to fit in the team, or AA12, because they only showed previews. No one's, I don't think any, I think she came out today or yesterday, or maybe even tomorrow. So I don't have any info for you on whether she actually, like how well she synergizes, although I'm pretty confident that she's going to synergize very well. So if your question was like, do I get Michiti on the rerun? The answer for me is yes, I think you do, especially if you want to build into Klukai and the corrosion-based team. Oh yeah, Radic Link, thank you for the pro tips. Yeah, no problem, dude. I'm so glad I was able to show you one shot. I want to do... I can't make the stream go too long tonight because I got some other stuff I got to do, which is a little bit disheartening. Where am I clicking? I'm just clicking all over the place. I'm trying to show you the the frenzy levels. So for this fight, there's a couple different ways you can do it, Radical Link. I actually prefer these ones. This attack one can be kind of spicy because they do hit kind of hard. This one is pretty good, especially if you're using a team that can implant weakness of some kind. Like, for example, in the fire team that we just used, you can kind of get around this by just implanting fire weakness. These ones, once again, you kind of want to avoid unless you're going to try and rush them down, right? Like, you saw how much I just slapped those two bosses around, like how quickly they died. If you have a similarly geared team, you can probably take like the lower ones like this and get away with it. Okay, let me slow down a minute here. If you can do as much damage as I did and like one shot a boss every turn, then you can take these ones, right? This one only ever triggers at the beginning of the turn, so I believe you can just kind of brute force this, right? If you just totally kill one of them, preferably the one with the higher HP, if you just totally kill him straight up, this won't matter because this is the one that checks to see if their HP is within like what 25% of each other. If the other one's dead, it doesn't matter. So this is a freebie then. This one is fine because you're going to focus one of them down. This is the buff he gets when the other one dies. Once again, if you're going to focus them down, if you have the DPS to do that, that's another freebie one. This is always subject to what teams you have. So this is a maybe. You could take these two if you plan on just killing them all in one turn. Because, you know, obviously they won't have time to build that up. And then this is the other one you can take if you're going to implant weakness. So you could do, if you took, like, let's say this. If you had the units I just did and did it like I just did, like if you're able to kill them in like one round each, this should not change anything, right? The exact same thing should happen. In fact, you know what? Let's just try it. I'm just talking, and I was saying I don't want the stream to go late, but I think we might be able to do this unless they get a huge HP buff. No. Okay, so we're actually going to swap Nemesis for a real unit because it's fucking game time, bro. We want them... Vector can get it. I think Vector can reach from this tile. Sharkery could. So Vector... Sharkery can go... This is actually the hardest part, is making sure everyone can... Because I want Centaurisi because I need her to throw the knife to do a bunch of stability damage. Let's try this real quick. Oh, I could have put Macchiato over there because she's got long range. Oh well. Let's do... We're going to try it all in. If this fails, then we'll get back to it next week. Oh, I got to do... we do have to implant the weakness first, though. But I'm just going to test this out really quick to see if this... Oh, I did mess it up. We'll just have you attack. Actually, no, that's going to cause a big problem because she won't be doing any of her support attacks this turn then. Which we will need. But we are going to try this real quick because if what I just said is true, this guy should just explode. And then as long as the other one doesn't one-shot the entire team, which I don't think it will, we should be golden. Doesn't really matter where you put this. The good old strategy of just brute force it, bro. We want, yes, because we want her in range. This might not work the way I have it planned. I don't know if we can proc enough attacks on him to do it. Because since they start so out of range down here, right? Like, Sharkery wasn't getting her follow-up attacks there. But we might be able to finish him off with Macchiato. Or if we just crit like a god. There we go. Easy. Macchiato will come to here and just get in position. Well, we're going to go for the burn the boss down strategy, so Oh, that's right. He'll take almost no damage because wrong. We don't match stability, and yeah, we'll just kill these guys. Oh, no, no, wrong. No, stop. Why did you do a normal attack? I clearly said do this. Oh, he still lived. So rude. Now, I don't... He gets a huge buff when he's alone like this, so this might go bad. We're good. Oh, no. So this might be bad. Yes! Macchiato! You're the GOAT! Okay, I think we can actually do what I just said here. Let's go pure offense. Oh, I goofed a little bit. I should have moved Changju up so she could get follow-up attacks. Ew, gross. Maybe not so gross. See, look, guys, I can play the game. I'm not incredibly stupid. I'm only like half stupid. I say after we had such huge difficulties last week or 2 weeks ago with the physical or the physical team doing the defense. Tower defense mode, I guess we're calling it. There we go. That's how you do it. You just brute force it with the only character in here that's segment 1, by the way, is Vector. Macchiato is not segment 1, so if you have segment 1 Macchiato, that might even be easier. And you could probably do something similar with if you did like Macchiato, Xiaomi. Xiaomi would definitely make it way more safe because you get a big shield. But Macchiato, Xiaomi, and Deshevia, it might take a few more turns because that team isn't as bursty because you don't get as much single target follow-ups. But you could still probably do what we just did here in maybe 2 turns instead of 3, or 3 turns instead of 2. Yeah, I did take an intentionally gimp team, Willie, but like I said, to be fair, I can't assume everyone's level of investment, right? And I was sitting there telling Radical Ink, like, oh yeah, just take these, easy. And then remember, like I said, what happened last time when I tried to take a, quote, like, non-meta team into the tower defense mode? It was a disaster. Like, we did it, don't get me wrong, guys. Like, we did it on, I think, 8 or 9 turns, but it was like, I had to think and try way more than I wanted to, and I think Depley did end up dying in that. Not that it prevented us from getting the reward, but like I said, I just have to be careful when I say stuff like, oh, it's easy, bro. Just take your segment 1 Vector and all your geared out units and just kill the boss, lol. Gotta be careful when you say stuff like that because, you know, for example, if Radical Ink goes to try this himself and he doesn't have the same damage, like that strategy doesn't work as well because, for example, that turn 1, if you didn't kill Bellator 212, like we did in 1 turn, he's going to heal a ton because of the frenzy bonus. I think this one, or whatever. The point is, they're not going to be, because you didn't kill one completely, they're going to heal. The one that's more damage is going to heal to try and match. And it's like, it'll mess the whole strategy up. Things will get out of whack and out of control real quick. So you got to be careful. But that, I think, is going to be all we're going to do this week. Next week, guys, we are going to do... we're going to do the other challenge modes, because I think at least this one is another preset team, although, once again, with the segments that they're giving us on these characters, it might not be so difficult. But we'll do the challenge modes, and then maybe we'll even do the challenge mode boss thing here. And then maybe we'll have a chance to do... yeah, we can do endless projection, although I don't... We'll see. When I do this, I'll determine if this is even hard and worth going over, because like some of... Last time, for example, this one, like, it was just do it multiple times to accumulate the score over several runs, so you didn't have to get it all in one run. And it was really gimmicky, too. It was like, I don't know, you just have to hit them with the matching stability type. You don't even have to... Or matching element type. You didn't even have to actually do anything. Like, you didn't have to actually even kill the boss. So we're going to go over those next week, and... No new banner, right? Like, it's still going to be Xiaowei? Yeah, okay. Still Xiaowei next week, so no gambling. But yeah, we'll go over those 2 things, and we'll see what else we have time for. I hope you guys are not as burned out as I am on Gunsmoke Frontline. Every day is pure pain and agony. What is today's? Light targeted, and chain surge. Oh, these ones suck. I hate these ones. Okay. Yeah. Hope you guys are staying strong because Gunsmoke is starting to really wear me down. I hope you all are doing better. Anyway, thank you guys all for coming out to the stream. It was good to see some new people today. Hirochi, thank you for stopping by. Swing by next week and we'll talk more about how Lena is perfect and she's amazing. And one day we'll have the whole Electric team assembled here on the EN servers. I can't wait to see what other character they put on that team on CN, right? Because we got Lena, Leva, Androis, and like technically Mosin. There's one more I'm forgetting too. But whatever. I'm interested to see what they do for another like healer type or another. Well, I guess we got two supports. We got Lena and whatever. I'm just yapping here. We're gonna end the stream, but thank you guys all for coming. We'll catch you next week. See ya later.